Jobs for the Future was launched in 1983 to help states assess their workforce skills gaps and advise on how to bridge them. We quickly learned that the best way to prepare a skilled workforce is to start in the K-12 system. In the 90s, we began researching and designing pathways to help high schoolers get the skills they need in college and careers. The biggest result of that work is the early college high school model, which we started implementing nationally in 2002. JFF's mission is to help double the number of college graduates in America and the number of low-skilled workers who advance into careers that pay a family-sustaining wage. We do this by developing education and training models that accelerate the skills of youth and adults that enter programs at all levels. We evaluate them to see which ones work and scale them up to serve as many people as we can. This takes the commitment and great work from our partners on the ground who provide the education and training, the support of policymakers, both state and federal, to help sustain these programs, and funders who enable us to develop and properly test them out. By working with practitioners and policymakers, we're able to really scale up innovations. There are 1,000 theories about how to help accelerate the skills of high schoolers, GED students, or low-skilled workers. We look at what strategies work the best. We spread the practices that can be replicated in other communities and push for policies that need to be enacted or erased to support them. The policy piece is key. You can't scale good programs without good policy. JFF really understands how to develop both. The key to our effectiveness is that we've got very smart and dedicated staff all working toward one clear goal: help America's low-skilled and low-income students and workers prepare for and earn post-secondary credentials. Many working on different sections of the education pipeline: struggling high school or college students, out-of-school youth, adults who need basic skills or job training. But we apply the same approaches to develop and scale effective models for all. We gather and encourage the right community partners to support these programs and build the solid funding to sustain them. We form and lead national networks of practitioners to speed the spread of good ideas. And we educate policymakers about the policy needed to support promising and proven strategies and effective innovation. Scale and student outcomes are the metrics we look at to say, this is a success, this works. Our Early College High School initiative has grown from 3 schools to nearly 250, serving over 90,000 students a year, 93% of whom will graduate, and almost all of them with free college credit under their belt. These young people are graduating at a rate 20 points higher than the national average. They're heading straight to college at a higher rate. And the amazing thing is, the vast majority of them represent the minority and low-income populations, which are still most underserved by our education systems. 250 schools see the promise in this model every day, and we want to see that number keep going up. A lot of our partners and funders only know the work JFF does in K-12 reform, or college reform, or workforce development. The fact is, we don't only work in each of these spaces, we work across them. We know how to partner community colleges with high schools and employers. We know how to navigate the ins and outs of school districts, colleges, and training centers. When you're talking about creating career pathways from grade school through college and into high-demand jobs, you need to understand how all these sectors can work together. That's where JFF is really strong. The Early College High School initiative is a prime example of how JFF can find a model that works, scale it up, and convince others to help sustain it. Since 2002, we've taken a promising concept from some scattered schools to 250 early colleges and counting. And our early college students graduate at a higher rate. We've helped affect policy changes in 19 states and nationally to support early colleges. Early college designs are encouraged by several federal laws, proposed bills, and regulations passed by the United States Department of Education. When you've tested and refined something for years and changed tens of thousands of lives, it's rewarding to see that work recognized and encouraged by thought leaders and policymakers to continue. There are two challenges that JFF constantly addresses. One is system alignment. In order to move more Americans efficiently through our education pipeline, we need to align K through 12, college, and workforce systems that are traditionally separate from one another. JFF has gotten very good at partnering key players across these sectors. But our funding support still reflects these discrete systems and goals. It's sometimes challenging to coordinate our own work across the sectors. The second is scale-up funding. It takes time for us and our partners to prove that certain models work and deserve to be scaled. By the time we can, the funding dollars aren't always there to support it. Public dollars have helped in the past, but in today's economy, these budgets are increasingly strapped. We need private and philanthropic funds to help us bring proven models to the people who need them most. Well, more funding means we can help scale up more proven models in more communities. The return on investment for these communities could be huge. Those with more education are more likely to contribute to local and state funds and support their own families, and less likely to need public services. That's what we're really trying to create here. We dedicate additional funds to developing more early colleges nationwide. There's already more than 200 that challenge students with college-level work and enable them to earn free college credit. The results have been life-changing for tens of thousands of students and their families. JFF is always looking for the financial support to better connect and thus strengthen the initiatives and services we offer across the education pipeline. For example, we would like to conduct more program and policy research and develop better data systems and technology platforms across our initiatives. All of this would help us to help the field better align education and workforce systems that are currently disjointed.